So with Zeno, the king of all 12 universes, wanted to host a Omni tournament involving all 12 universes. Today, myself and Geekless TV, Mr. MJ, are going to be talking about the possibility of there being another arc set to debut before the grand finale, I believe being the grand finale, that being the Omniverse tournament. Now, Mr. MJ, today I want to get your overall thoughts on the presentation, the grand scheme of things, because I personally believe if Dragon Ball Super is going to end, we're going to have this grand finale, that being this multiversal tournament involving all 12 universes. And as you pointed out, there have been several things that we saw in the previous tournament that are hopefully going to be adapted into the coming arcs. Now, I wanted to know from you personally as a fan, do you believe that there is going to be somewhat of another arc before this grand tournament? Because if there is going to be a multiversal tournament involving 12 universes, one would have to presume that this is going to be somewhat of an elimination style, kind of traditional, unlike the gauntlet style that we saw in the previous tournament. So I wanted to get your thoughts on this because I believe that there is going to be at least one more arc before the grand finale. So from you personally, like just looking back on this episode, looking back on everything that's transpired thus far, do you believe that there's going to be at least one or two more arcs before the grand finale? And keep in mind, guys, by the way, this video will contain lots of spoilers, so if you don't want anything ruined for you, tune out now. So, Mr. MJ, you have the floor, my good sir.
Yes, I do believe we are gonna see another arc. I don't know about two. I don't know, 2 arcs, 3 arcs, but at least one arc, because when you look back at the tournament, it was made clear that Hit was holding back. Even Goku had straight out said, "You're holding back."
Tremendously.
He said that. He said, "You're holding back." For people who don't believe me, go back and watch that. Goku would have lost the fight if that fight continued, So then on top of that, you had Hit completely shaking. Well, I won't say shaking, but he was already like, man, okay, I'm just going to accept my death. Like, that was it when he was facing Champa. There is still a world difference between Champa, Beerus, and Hit and Goku. It's like, there's a world difference there, and people who may not want to admit it, it's there. Just go watch it. Champa straight up said, "I don't care if there's Super Saiyajins or there's time skipping."
Tobashi, he doesn't care. Yeah,
I'm just gonna kill all of you. I'm a god. I'm gonna destroy every single one of you.
But then again, do you think that he was just saying that out of like pride and spite, the fact that he was just embarrassed?
I don't know, man. All of them were shitting bricks. He
might have been talking a lot of trash, bro. He could have been talking trash.
I don't know, but Batama was shitting bricks too, bro. He was like, "Oh shit."
Batama, out of all people.
Well, he has that ability, bro. That one, But anyways. And then not only that, but we said in this episode, so again, spoilers, if you have not seen the latest episode, please tune out. Spoilers everywhere in this video. But in the latest episode, we straight up had told, no, I didn't believe it was either Beerus or Whis straight up said that Goku's not strong enough yet for the Omniverse tournament. So right then and there, there's like a little key thing. What if Beerus and Whis know some of those fighters in the other universes? Maybe Whis heard about the legendary Hitman. So maybe he knows of some other people, It's
not only that, but Whis did tell Beerus that if Goku were to lose, the outcome of the world, the Earth, is unknown. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen to the Earth itself, because, this tournament, it's gonna hold, I believe at least, is gonna hold a grand purpose. Now, we understand that, the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 beef was over planet Earth, and they wanted to, switch on Earths, but we don't really know what the purpose of this tournament's gonna be. For me, I believe that it can't just be for shits and giggles. Despite how strong this Omni King is, maybe he's doing it just for self-gratification, maybe he's not. But I personally believe, especially going off what you just said, since, Beerus and Whis believe that Goku is not strong enough, in which case he's not, because they're still using Monaka to motivate him, as we saw in episode 42. Given those, credentials, and given those, like, circumstances that are unfolding currently, I believe that this is going to transpire into sort of like a mini arc in a way, to where it allows Goku and Vegeta or friends to progressively grow stronger as they continue, because there's no way that you're just gonna leave this tournament, come back to Earth, and have another one start back up without Goku gradually getting stronger. So I wanted to ask you, do you believe that this next arc is going to be somewhat of a filler arc, just to buy some time until we get into like the big grand finale of things, or do you believe that this next arc is going to hold somewhat of a significant importance to what's going to happen? Because for me personally, I don't think that the next arc is going to be as big as, the Golden Frieza arc was, or maybe the Universal Tournament, but perhaps maybe this one's going to have somewhat of an influence to where it allows Goku and Vegeta to grow progressively stronger by battling someone who's either on par with them or slightly stronger. So, like, what are your thoughts on this? Because we could be going to Universe 6, we could be doing other things. What do you think is going to happen in the next arc?
Well, if there is a next arc, then it has to be something influential because just having like a 3 episode thing of filler and then we find out that Goku and Vegeta have been training for like 4 years
Yeah.
and
Oh my
that's
God.
kind of boring. So I would rather them like experience, go through adventure, maybe have like a 15 episode arc, a 16 episode arc where they actually need to get stronger for some reason, whether it be learning a new technique, whether it be drinking some hidden water, some
I
whatever,
agree. But they kind of did that
It's
with all these arcs. All these arcs were like between 10 to 13 episodes if you really want to count it
yeah,
into it. So, but do you believe that because the manga's already behind. The manga's like drastically behind. And
yeah.
most people prefer the manga because there's more details in there, which I agree with. There's a lot of awesome details in there that aren't displayed in the anime. But whatever this arc may be, do you believe it's gonna have to do something like that involves Kaba? Because I believe that Kaba he is going to play a significant role, especially with Vegeta. So I believe that at some given point they just might go out there just to meet the king and just to explore the surrounding of things, and they might come across a tyrannical ruler from Universe 6 that gives everyone a hard time. So they might go on ahead and just have to fend him off, to keep the planet safe. So because I believe that the entirety of the of Universe 6, right, and the structural base that we have with Planet Sadal, with Kaba explaining to Vegeta that our king is similar to you and stuff. I believe that it might be to where Goku and Vegeta travel to that planet. But like, what do you think here? Do you think that's possible, or do you think that that's just way far fetched out there?
It's possible. I mean, it's not like it's possible. Anything's possible in Dragon Ball. So, yeah, that's a possibility because Kaba was pretty much, even though he was sort of wasted in the tournament because he kind of got one-shotted pretty easily,
Yeah,
he was overall an important character out of the Universe 6 fighters. I mean, obviously Hit and then Kaba if you want to rank it in that situation, but he was the most important. He was the one who had a lot of screen time, a whole episode dedicated to himself. He actually talked. He was back and forth with Vegeta, and then now he calls Vegeta Master now. So that's, you know, so I see him. Yeah, they could go into Universe 6. The thing is, though, it's like, how would they get there? Because it's like, even though Whis and Beerus seem to be friends with Goku and Vegeta, I don't think they would let him use the cube. That's like their thing. So I don't know how they would get there, and I don't know how Kaba would get over here. But obviously, they can work on that. That's a whole arc, in my opinion. If they were to go visit planet Salus at all, whatever you want to call it, and see the king. I mean, anything could happen. I agree with that. That's pretty cool. Like a tyrant coming over or trying to take over a planet or
yeah.
something.
Because remember, like I think it's already stated that Universe 6 has a lot of wars. So maybe they go
Yeah.
out there. They're kind of doing their own thing. They're minding their own business. And instead of Goku and Vegeta going to the war, so to speak, comes to them.